You're listening to the Pittsburgh Piledriver
What the hell is that?
Podcast.
Time for show 2. Same week, show 2. 2 times a lady, 2 times a business, 2 timing hussy. That's who we are. We're hussies. We're timing on the corner. Do streetwalkers. Hi. It's time for porn. Poot the Bard is here. Beef the Legend is here. Tiger Bomb Tom is here. I'm Streetwalker McGinsky, and we are here ready to do talking about people that do stuff.
Things are absolutely happening. Man, how fucking cool would it be if the coins drop at the Royal Rumble as we were able to break? And I mean, by the time you hear it, it's not going to be as fresh of a story. But credit to my buddy Greg for giving me the scoop on that got me on the old Reddit space here.
Hey, Greg.
Yeah. Kazuchika Okada going to be done with the company with New Japan as of January 31st. But
has he ever wrestled anyone else?
He has. When
TNA.
when he was a young lion, he wrestled in TNA on Excursion. Japanese New Japan in particular, but most Japanese companies send their wrestlers, the young boys as they call them, to the States on Excursion, where they get to kind of find themselves and find who they are, and then whenever they come back, they're a different person pretty much altogether. It's kind of been the way of things. But yeah, during that Excursion time, Kazuchika Okada worked for TNA, pretty much in the time where the young talent in TNA was amazing, but they also had a lot of old men that were very staunch that kind of stopped them from growing. But yeah, big fucking deal here. He's gonna work 3 other dates for New Japan in February that have already been announced, thereby doing them a favor. I am wondering out loud to you guys, which I think I mentioned on the last show, what if they allow him to do a similar favor and maybe make his debut for another company before the end of his current deal?
I wouldn't put it past him, man. I really wouldn't. I think that would be a very interesting, very fun thing for Kazuchika Okada, first of all, but also for H to pull off. That would be huge. That would be massive.
You don't want
it to happen, do you?
Well, okay. So I it's well documented that I think that Kazuchika Okada is overhyped. But I'll also say this. I think that he is an amazing wrestler and a great talent. And I think that probably the reason I'm so sick of him is because he's basically John Cena in New Japan. Where they fucking pushed him down our throats for fucking a decade, and now I'm fucking tired of Kazuchika Okada. You ship him to AEW or to WWE, you have fresh matchups, and he's probably not going to be winning every single match. So I am honestly a little excited. I'm a little excited because it's happening now, on the eve of the Royal Rumble. Is it likely he goes to TNA? To AEW? Probably. He probably ends up in AEW because of Tony Khan's good relationship with New Japan and working for Tony in the past for the Forbidden Doors. But it's not a guarantee because money talks, baby. And I think Triple H realizes that he has a chance to land one of the top, if not the top, free agent. Again. Again. Again, imagine landing not only CM Punk, but also fucking Kazuchika Okada in a 6-month fucking time period. You fucking winning the lottery,
Can I ask you a question?
Yes.
Did you have something to continue on there?
No.
Huh.
I was just going to expound on that would be absolutely fucking massive. It really would. That's it. That's all I wanted to add.
As probably the one who watches the most New Japan out of all of us. Where's the best bet in your opinion for him to go, Beef? AEW or WWE? Like, where do you think he gets used the best?
Okay, so you're asking me where he's going to get used the best? Where I'd like to see him the best? It's going to shock you, WWE.
Oh, yeah.
I think...
Oh, really?
Absolutely. Absolutely. There are so many fresh matchups. Fucking Okada versus Cody. Okada versus Brock Lesnar. Okada versus Rollins. Like, there are so many great matchups that we have never seen and we thought we'd never see. And I think that Triple H absolutely. I mean, look at what Triple H is doing with Shinsuke, with the Cody feud. He's basically reignited Shinsuke's career after fucking fumbling it in the mid card for years. I think that Triple H has a deep respect for Okada, and I think he would absolutely kill it with him. That being said, am I going to be upset if he goes to AEW? Oh man, we're gonna have to see Kenny Omega versus Kazuchika Okada. Oh man, we're gonna have to see Okada versus Will Ospreay. Oh no, like these are terrible matchups I never want to see. No, I think that'd be fucking amazing too. I don't think there's a bad answer here. But I think the best case scenario is him winding up on WWE, both for him and for WWE.
Mm-hmm.
There is a bad answer. TNA. That would be the bad answer.
I don't think so because TNA's fucking on fire right now too.
And he has a history there too. He has a history
comparatively.
I
understand that,
yeah,
but
comparatively, because TNA is not on as many screens as WWE. So yeah, I mean absolutely. But I mean, in terms of the quality of work, man, like no, I'm here for that too. But he's
NWA.
I think arguably the biggest free agent. I guess you could make the argument that Ospreay may have been as big of a free agent. So like, kind of back-to-back years, both these guys coming out of New Japan and going to somewhere in America is a huge deal. So like it's 1A, 1B, definitely. But yeah, I mean, these Tony Khan's got the money, TKO's got the money, and now Okada, I guarantee you, is gonna bring home the fucking bag.
I just said, man, this is a really. I know we've been saying it a lot, or at least I've been saying it a lot on the podcast over the past couple years. What a fucking time to be a wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Like legit. Like what a time to be a wrestling fan. Where we get to have these conversations. 5 years ago, you couldn't have these fucking conversations. That just wasn't a thing. It just was not a thing. And now it is.
Oh, man.
And how dope is that?
Imagine go back in time and telling yourself that, in 2 years, Will Ospreay and Kazuchika Okada are both going to leave New Japan Wrestling. Like, I'd have said you're crazy.
Ospreay, I would have believed. I would have believed Ospreay, but not Okada. Not even close.
Right. Yeah.
Fucking crazy, man.
Okada's in his late 30s, though, isn't he?
He is. So it's not like he's not a spring chicken at all.
He's got tread, though. He's got tread on the tires.
Absolutely, because again, like they in Japan, they don't wrestle like fucking house shows and shit like that. He doesn't wrestle a ton. He's 36 years old. So
I say fucking like what Rollins is about that older, if not older. You know,
Right.
I mean,
And I
so
mean, considering you're gonna have a guy main event WrestleMania in his mid-40s this year, I think we're okay.
yeah,
Whoa.
But yeah, man, I'm fucking hype on this shit. Like again, like I have absolutely been an Okada detractor in the past, but mostly because I knew that he was gonna beat some of my favorite wrestlers. Now I think that there's a fresh start, and he may not get pushed all the fucking time. So this has a chance to be real fucking clutch.
Yeah.
We'll
Yeah.
we'll keep it in the AEW camp for now. On Wednesday night, AEW was #1 highest rated show on cable, even over the NBA.
Whoa.
Which you have to go back like years for that to have happened.
bad.
Almost 90,000 not 900,000 fans on the live. So that's pretty fucking good.
That's impressive, especially considering all the jiggery pokery that's been going on with them lately. Like what was the turning point here? Like what was the
I have the answer.
go?
AEW partnering with Ric Flair, Woo Energy,
Stop it.
Woo
it.
Wings, Woo
Nope.
Weed. All of
Okay.
those things are skyrocketing AEW into the heavens, and it will all culminate when Ric Flair actually wrestles in Sting's last match.
Woo
Can you
cocaine.
imagine
Ric Flair?
with
Thank you.
with Woo Energy being $25 for 3 cans? Can you imagine what Ric Flair would charge for a bag of weed?
Oh my God! You'd have to mortgage your house.
Help! I
Even
have
Matt-
too many Woo wives. I need some Woo
even
wives.
Matt Riddle wouldn't be that desperate.
He absolutely would not. But yeah, I mean, great things are happening. Again, no one has ever criticized AEW for anything that's happened in ring. There have been some odd booking decisions, but
Yeah, you're being too nice. You're being too nice.
You are.
Am I?
Yeah, dude. I mean, maybe nobody on the podcast here.
Okay.
Maybe, but dude, come
People
on.
that don't have fucking neck beards.
Hey.
Don't routinely criticize AEW's in-ring product.
Jerk.
It's more about they let the EVPs run the show, or the Punk Jack Perry feud is ridiculous, and fucking this, that, and the other thing. Oh, the Devil storyline lasted too long. But like in ring, I'll say it again. In ring, the fucking I forget the name of the fucking tournament. The
Continental
AEW
Classic.
G1, thank you, was amazing. It was fucking enthralling to watch. It was match after match of fucking banger after banger. Good fucking stuff from start to finish. And like again, weekly, monthly, quarterly, it fucking blows my mind how good of wrestling we're getting now. Poot said it. What a fucking time to be a wrestling fan. So, like, I don't know, that they necessarily have dropped the ball. It's just that we don't hear as much about the great because of all this fucking, like, bullshit backstage politics shit. Samoa Joe versus Hook was great. People lost their fucking mind whenever Hook kicked out of a muscle buster at 1. To me, it fucking made the dude. Like, Hook's a badass. And Samoa Joe had to beat him by, like, doing the old 3 arm drops. So, like, to me, that makes fucking Hook. He didn't lose to Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe choked him out. And, I mean, hopefully this tear of Samoa Joe is going to continue on for several months, because I think that we're getting best Joe right now.
Did they announce what Sting's final match is going to be. Is it against the Young Bucks?
Not officially, but that's where it's going to be. It's going to be Sting and Darby versus the Young Bucks.
Okay. I read something and I couldn't remember if what I read said like that's what was going to happen, or that the Young Bucks had made mention or issued a challenge or did something, but I couldn't remember.
Yeah, and I mean, like, that's fine. I can't think of a better team to kind of carry him through that. Young Bucks are, I think, still one of the best teams, if not the best team in professional wrestling. So I trust them for sure.
Don't make Sting look good.
Absolutely. I think Sting will make Sting look good. I think that he somehow is the fucking defying time and still has tread left in the tires. He knows what he can and can't do, and he lives in that. And I think that he's gonna go fucking balls to the wall for his last match, knowing he's not gonna have to lace him up again.
Maybe they'll add Kenny Omega to the Young Bucks team, which will give them the opportunity
Stop it.
to then add Ric Flair to Sting's team. Whoa, come on.
Why? Why are
Because
you
I
doing
want
this
to
me?
see Ric Flair take a Meltzer driver and die in the ring. I want to be a witness to his end, and I want that end to come in a wrestling ring. I want to be able to say that I paid money to watch Ric Flair die on television. That's exactly why. If he's not in that match, I'll never get that opportunity.
Ransom,
Never said
You,
never, bro.
Ransom, you okay,
Yeah.
buddy?
I'm perfectly fine. I don't understand why someone would look at me sideways and go, "Oh my gosh, you want to see Ric Flair die in the ring?" Who doesn't? Who
Bro,
doesn't
I
want to
absolutely
watch
do.
Ric Flair perish in a
No, it was-
wrestling ring on pay-per-view?
Let's
He deserves it.
let's
he
not
fucking
get it.
deserves it because
Let's
he's a fucking slime ball.
let's not get it twisted. I wasn't commenting on him dying. I was just like, it was the amount, the fervor that it was delivered with. I just felt like after
Very
that was over, I
passionate
think
about
it was
this,
just
please.
like, yeah, okay. Like,
Very
yeah,
passionate
yeah.
about wanting to see this. I
About
thought I
Ric-
was going to get...
about
I am.
Ric Flair dying.
I am. I thought I
Oh.
was going to get that opportunity when I paid money to watch the Ric Flair's last match pay-per-view. I thought, this is it. I will lay down my hard-earned money. I can't remember if I was even working at the time, but I'm going to lay down somebody's hard-earned money so that I can watch Ric Flair take a backdrop or some sort of ridiculous move, or maybe, just maybe, Jay Lethal will climb to the top rope and give a Macho Man elbow drop, and it will just collapse in Ric Flair's chest, and there will be a gaping hole where bone and skin used to be. I wanted it, and they took it away from me because he survived.
But he
Tell
did
us how you
pass
really
out during
feel.
the match. He
He
did fall asleep during the match.
didn't.
So, like, there's that.
He didn't pass out into eternity. He came back to life. They got the pads out. They said clear. They gave him a shock or two. He threw down a couple Budweisers, and he was back in the match.
Sure was.
I want him
Uh,
to end his existence in the ring. I want to be witness. I want to bear witness to the death.
No one hates Ric Flair like no one hates Ric Flair like this guy. I detest the motherfucker.
I wish that I was passionate about anything in my life the way I am about Ransom passion, but like watching an old man die in a ring.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm just, I like that. That is on another level, and I applaud you.
Ready for it.
Yeah, like I said, I have no love lost with Flair. I don't like him. I think he's a real fucking douchebag, and I think he's the most overrated professional wrestler of all time. I think that people remember Ric Flair's career different than what it actually was.
You think he's more overrated than Hogan?
I do.
Okay.
do.
Wow.
Hulk Hogan was
Like,
a
hold on.
phenomenon.
As an actual in-ring wrestler, do you think Flair's more overrated than Hogan?
No.
Okay.
Did you ever
But
watch the
as a-
stuff of Hogan in Japan?
Yeah, I was
As a
gonna say,
professional wrestler, yeah, Hogan's got some chops. He just chose not to use them.
right?
As a professional wrestler, like Hogan was a cultural fucking phenomenon. Ric
Agreed.
Flair will be a footnote in history. I you know, and the fact that he's a fucking monster on top of it all. But like, you know, no, and here's why. I don't want Ric Flair to wrestle again because I don't want the spotlight on him. Like, yeah, he probably deserves to die in a ring for being a real fucking dickhead. But like, I don't want. But that would mean he's gonna get spotlight. And then, you remember what happened when fucking Lisa Left Eye Lopez died? Oh
No.
my god! Fucking TLC for 3 days. Don't go, Che. Oh my god! Can you imagine going after Ric Flair died in the ring? Jesus Christ. We'd be fucking hearing about it for months. They'd fucking show the Flair funeral. Fucking Charlotte would be there, all fucking crying into her fucking fake cheeks. They talk about his other fucking son, Diane. It would just be milked for fucking weeks, man.
It's gonna be regardless when he goes.
10 belt tributes
Anywhere-
on fucking
anywhere wrestling is gonna
AEW,
be.
WWE, fucking every pay-per-view is gonna be
TNA.
dedicated to Ric Flair. Yeah,
It's gonna be.
fucking
You know,
New
it doesn't
Japan.
matter if he dies in the middle of the ring. It's still gonna be.
Eric Bischoff's going to come back by WCW, back from WWE TKO, so that he can revive it for one more episode of Monday Nitro where they can do the 10 bell salute for Ric Flair and have a Ric Flair fucking memorial show. Fucking Paul Heyman, who fucking I think hates Ric Flair too, would revive ECW to have a fucking Ric Flair invitational fucking memorial show. Jesus Christ.
I don't
Anybody
understand
else?
the world that Beef is living in, where he thinks like, oh, if Ric Flair doesn't go back into the ring and die in the middle of the ring, all of this won't happen. Like,
It will, but I don't think it's
it's
going to
all
happen
happening
to the...
regardless.
But I don't think it's going to happen to the extent.
Stop it. It will.
If he dies in the ring, he will be fucking immortalized.
He's still gonna be.
Everybody-
Just stop.
I don't. Yes, but
Yes,
I think that
but and he's gonna have the spotlight because he's gonna be at ringside for Sting's last match. And he's still gonna be there. Still gonna be stealing the spotlight. Still gonna be trotting around the ring.
Anybody else
Freaking
like
ruin
cats?
his
I
face
really
off.
like cats.
Shut up, Poot.
I'm just sad. This is making me sad.
Still gonna happen.
why? Why? He's a fucking terrible human being.
No, it's making us sad talking about the fact that it's gonna happen regardless if he
Oh,
dies
that's
in the
fair.
ring, out of the ring,
Okay.
Gonna
fucking
happen.
You say.
Driving
all
down the
over
fucking-
everywhere.
driving down the 405 and crash off a fucking cliffside. Doesn't matter.
We're gonna
He could
drag
be
Dave
found.
Batista back so that Evolution can come out and have a big old, pity party. Four Horsemen, whichever one of them is left.
Ric Flair could fucking overdose in his hotel room, be found, found half naked with a tray full of fucking blow and a dead hooker in his bed, and he'd still be immortalized the same way that we're talking about. It doesn't matter. The man's gonna go down in the annals of history regardless. But I understand where Beef is coming from.
Start talking about Ric Flair.
So how about them
PWI
Jets?
awards.
Oh, fuck.
PWI awards are out.
Ah.
Disagree
Who won?
with any of
Who
these.
won something?
Yeah, tell me if you disagree with any of these. Wrestler of the Year, Seth Rollins.
Disagree.
Woman of the Year, Rhea Ripley.
Wait, now this is
most
for-
popular.
Hold on. This is for 2023, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
This is Pro Wrestling Illustrated. This is like the gold standard here.
No, it's for the 3
most-
weeks of January that's happened so far.
Most popular wrestler of the year, Cody Rhodes. Faction of the year, The Judgment Day. Tag team of the year, FTR. Match of the year, Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte Flair. Inspirational, Mark Briscoe. Comeback of the year, Trinity. Most improved, LA Knight. Rookie of the year, Sol Ruka. Indie wrestler of the year, Matt Cardona. Feud of the year, Sami Zayn versus the Bloodline. Most hated of the year, Dominic Mysterio.
I'd agree with pretty much all of those except the what was the one with Rhea and Charlotte match of the year?
Match of the year.
Not as much.
Snatch of the year.
It was
Damn it. Oh fuck!
We're gonna let that one breathe for a minute.
Yay!
You're gonna
Let that
offend
snatch
beef,
breathe.
Pooch. Stop it.
It was pretty good, man.
I'm not
Ripley
saying it. I'm
versus Charlotte was real fucking good.
not saying it wasn't
I
good. Not saying it wasn't really good. I'm just saying it's not match of the year.
I do think that Danielson Okada probably had a better match.
Yep.
I think that either of the Osprey Omega matches were better. I
Yup.
think that hell on
MJF
the
and
same
fucking Danielson.
yep,
The
I
Iron
think on
Man
the
match.
same card. On the same card, Gunther, Sheamus, and McIntyre was probably a better match than that.
Yup.
But I mean, honestly, that's the only one that I have any real like umbrance with.
Yeah, same.
Um,
That's the only one that I could sit here and pick out. Like, at least like at least three other matches that could have been considered better. And you already ran down how many of them? 5 right there. Like,
Rookie of the Year. I don't know if maybe Vikingo got this last year or not. I'm not 100% sure. But like I think that Vikingo is becoming a bigger deal now, so I would if we're still counting him as a rookie, I think that he had the best rookie year. And comeback of the year, honestly, Trinity feels a little weak to me.
yeah,
And I hate to be a
it's Ric
fucking
Flair.
mark.
Ric Flair's the comeback of the year.
Whoa!
God,
I hate to be a
damn
fucking
it.
mark, but
Don't
like
do it, beef. Don't say it.
how do you not? Like hell froze over.
No.
You know, I think
no.
the CM Punk was the comeback of the year. I think that the only thing that the only reason that's not the case is because he didn't actually have an in-ring match.
Now hold on,
I mean-
you're overlooking a huge comeback.
All right.
Stop it. Triple H said it at the interview. Stop it.
What?
No,
Do you
never
smell
mind.
it? No, do you
No.
smell it?
No, that wasn't 2023.
It
Nia
was-
Jax.
Yeah.
Nia Jax,
Oh my
man.
god. Blech.
My hole is back.
Oh god.
I will continue to attest that I think that she's getting better. I think that she's finding her spot. And I think that she could be a credible foil to a lot of the women's division. I'm not saying that she should be a champion. Don't mishear me. I think that she could be, what Earthquake was to Hulk Hogan, or what Earthquake should have been, what King Kong Bundy was to Hulk Hogan. I think that she could be a great foil for many a face champion.
Bundy.
Blech.
Bundy.
Going back to Rookie of the Year, Sol Ruka got it from NXT.
Yes.
Man, I guess I could argue that one. I could say Tiffany Stratton.
She wasn't rookie though last year, was she? She was around in 2022, yeah?
Was she?
Mhm.
I don't know.
I believe
don't.
so.
Okay. Well,
Well,
all right. Then in that case, I could see that. I could see.
Well,
no more BS around here, okay? Calm
The
down.
one, okay.
Me coming back with my bullshit.
that's the comeback of
The
the
one-
year. Paul White.
the one CM Punk versus Real Glass. The one that the one that
Yeah, that's
like sticks out to me is fucking Matt Cardona, man. He's on a path that is
He is.
parallel to Cody Rhodes.
Yep.
He absolutely left, bet on himself, and man, is he fucking just succeeding.
Yep.
He really is.
I'm-
He
I-
is quite literally the indie god right now.
I'm
Like,
I'm
and I
really
know that's good.
good.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's all right. Go ahead.
I was gonna say I'm really hoping that I get to see Matt Cardona versus Nick Nemeth live on WrestleMania weekend. I think that would be fucking killer.
Yeah, how did
The
we
match should have
not?
happened fucking. The match should have happened like a decade and a half ago or whatever. WrestleMania has a chance to like eclipse some of the shit that could be happening on WrestleMania the same weekend in the same city.
Dude,
I don't know
I'm
how we-
so fucking sad I couldn't go to WrestleMania. I'm so sad.
Yeah. I don't know how I don't know when we were talking about New Japan. I'm not sure how that didn't come up. I know he didn't sign with them, but both the Nemeths were there at New Japan, and then we ended up getting Ziggler signed to. I believe he signed with TNA, right?
Yeah.
He appeared for TNA. Yeah. So it looks like he's going to be doing some double duty. But what was that sound about, man?
I don't know, man. I don't know. Whenever he appeared in New Japan, I'm like, go there, just go there and do that thing, do that, stay there, go there, do that thing, stay there, and grow there, and then come back and start kicking the heads off of people. And he didn't. He's going to TNA.
He's confident up.
Which he'll do a great job. I think he'll do fine there. It's just one of those things where I'm like, had he not appeared at New Japan, if he would have just gone straight to TNA, I'd have been like, all right, let's go. But because he was there, he like cut that little promo and he did the whole thing. I'm just like, man, this is gonna be fucking dope. And then he's like, nah, going to TNA, fuck you. Like, I was like, oh, it's all right. Like, it literally was like me going, okay. Like, I think it's more the disappointment of him not just being in New Japan and being there and investing in that. But I think he's going to do good things for TNA. I really do. Don't get it twisted. It's just, it's going, could have had the V8, but I'll take the V6. You know what I mean?
Okay, all right. I see what you did.
Listen, man. I'm telling you. Don't fucking sleep on TNA. TNA's doing a lot of really good fucking shit.
I'm not. That's what I said. I'm not sleeping on TNA, but I'm just like, I don't know. I'm disappointed. Is all. That's all. Just a little disappointy dues. A little bit of disappointy dues, but everything's fine.
Beef, I know you have access, right? Like the channel or whatever, right?
Mm-hmm.
So what other ways besides access would one be able to watch TNA? Because I would like to get into watching them if I can, but no cable. So what are my other options?
I think there is a TNA app.
Okay.
I don't know that they do live on there. It may be, I don't know.
I'd settle for next day or something. Like I don't care. Like my point being is like I have to try to carve out time to watch anything from the weeklies, which I have not for the longest time, as is well documented. But if there's a way that I can easily consume it, conveniently, then I'm all for it. So
that's their biggest kind of hill to climb right now. I hope that they find a way to get over that hump, because I'm telling you, man, like I've watched episodes while we've been podcasting, when there's not football on, and it's pretty decent. And then you see some of the stuff that they do on pay-per-view. It's pretty great. I realize it's not quite as sexy as AEW is, but I think that there is definitely room in today's wrestling landscape for TNA.
As I say, speaking of I believe at their very last pay-per-view here, Hard to Kill, Bailey and Mercedes were there, all trying to be, super secretive in their hoodies and sunglasses, but they were both definitely there in attendance.
It was like in Back to the Future 2, where Doc's like, go buy something inconspicuous, and Marty gets a fucking like trench coat and a fucking like pillbox hat and fucking shades. Like, be inconspicuous, okay? Fucking Mercedes and Bailey are like, shh, you don't know who we are. Of course we do. You fucking dummies.
They're like Mercedes is like, okay, I'm gonna sit on top of your shoulders. We're gonna get the giant trench coat. We're gonna go in that way.
Ignore the man behind the curtain. All right. So listen. Next week is going to be filled with talkies about the Royal Rumble. There's going to be a lot of picks. There's going to be a lot of shit. So I want to get back into some Rumble talk here. Ransom, I'm sorry. I love you. But I'm about to shatter. I'm about to set your expectations. You ready? Did Ransom mute himself? Did he leave?
Probably.
No,
was
I
fine,
got
too.
the hang up button queued up. I'm ready. Ready to say
As
hang
of
up.
today,
I don't need to be here.
January the 18th, approximately 9 days before the Royal Rumble, we have 6 names confirmed for the men, 4 for the women.
Yep.
Lots of room for surprises. Just saying.
Stand back. There's a hurricane coming through.
Wait, what? What?
You know how we do the thing every year where we get excited and we're like, oh boy, there's like 12 spots open. And then the fucking great Khali comes back. We're like, oh, now there's only like 10 spots. And then fucking like, fucking, I don't know. I honestly,
So are 6 names a
Chad
lot
Gable.
at this point to be confirmed?
No,
Or-
no. But
Oh.
I'm saying like we've done this in the past where we've kind of talked ourselves into a fucking hype train. Where we're like, this is the most open-ended Royal Rumble in history, and it just ends up in disappointment.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah. And the
But-
6 names currently, we've got Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby Lashley, Drew McIntyre, and Gunther for the men. For the women, we've got
Good.
for the women, we've got Bayley, Nia Jax, Becky Lynch, and Bianca Belair.
I'll go on a limb and say that in the men's listing we have the winner in the Rumble listed already.
Oh, who? Oh, Punk.
It's either going to be Punk, Cody, or Gunther. Oh, by the fucking way, did you guys see the article? I think I said it in the chat that MJF has the 7th best odds at winning the Royal Rumble, not appearing.
Stop it.
Winning 7th
Stop it.
best. Vegas is giving him 7th best odds to win the Royal Rumble. MJF.
You're fucking high
with me.
I'm not. I said the thing in the fucking chat, man. Like,
I remember you sending it, but come on.
All right, now look. Hold on. I want your honest opinion here, Beef.
Mhm.
Not based on everything that you know, and historically, whatever the case. Use your brain power and your knowledge here. Not your what would you like to see. What are the odds of him actually being in the Rumble?
And a chill fills the room.
Yep.
Bro, it's 2024.
I'm aware of the year. I have a calendar.
I'm explaining that I think that anything can happen in the wrestling world. Even if it's a fucking one-off.
Well,
like,
no,
again,
all of this. Okay. Tony Khan, as of late, it's like there's a lot of setup that you have to do here for this question. Yeah. Tony Khan, as of late, has had a bit of a temper tantrum on the interwebs, and it's involved WWE and Jinder Mahal. The USA Network has gotten involved, their fucking Twitter account.
Yep.
Jinder Mahal's gotten involved. Like, there's been a lot of, like, mean and nasties tweeted back and forth.
Wadded.
Is there any chance that Tony Khan says to MJF, you know what? Go ahead. Why would he do that?
For
Why
the
would he
lulz.
not? What? So let me throw this scenario at
For the
you. What
lols,
if
dude, stop it.
MJF?
To
What
yuck it up,
if
why
MJF
not?
has that contract sitting in his mailbox right now from AEW that remains unsigned, with the knowledge that he went to Tony and said, "I'm gonna sign this, but first I want to work the Rumble."
Yeah, but it would be under the predication that if he was in the Rumble, he would be sticking around. That's the hang up for me.
Well,
Even if he is a free agent and he has the latitude professionally and legally to do that, man, I don't see that happening, because like there's too many things that have to go fucking right. You know what I mean?
I guarantee you,
What the
it would be.
Dollhouse.
It's fine and no, but listen, even if
guarantee
Tony,
you.
No.
I was asking
No,
a
no.
question. I don't get a chance to reply. Fuck you, Booth. This is all your fault.
even if Tony, I'm gonna cut him. Okay, shut up. Do what I want.
Don't ratio me. I'll come.
What?
Anyway, go on. Nothing. Don't
I'm
worry
trying
about
to
it.
like counterpoint here to Beef and what Beef is saying to get into this discussion.
I haven't made a point.
A lot of people.
I was making a point. And someone fucking pulled a red. Fucking laying on the phone.
Hey,
What
you
the
know,
fuck just happened?
there was a lot of talking in between when I asked my question and now. So you know what?
Where?
Take control of the meeting, Beef. If MJF is waiting with that contract in his mailbox and he says to Tony, "I want to work the Rumble," what's the benefit for Triple H? He's gonna let MJF work the Rumble, get like a lot of eyes on MJF, and then MJF goes back to AEW.
Exactly.
It takes all those eyes back to AEW.
But it's a WWE event that's getting the eyes. That's so okay. Yes, absolutely. I see your point. But what you don't
Don't
this
tell me
world
what
now,
I don't know.
you don't know. I'll tell you what. You don't tell me what. I tell you what. This
You
world
fucking
right
know
now,
them right.
This world right now is so much in the social media verse where like clicks matter. WWE can milk that fucking footage, which I guarantee would probably top CM Punk's return for the most viewed footage in recent memory. I'll go on a limb and I'll fucking say that would absolutely happen. That's fucking WWE copyright material. So yeah, MJF could work the Rumble, get tossed out in 2 seconds, be back in AEW and fucking for fucking Revolution. That is absolutely something that could happen and probably would happen. But like those millions of clicks that WWE is getting because of that, those don't follow MJF to AEW. Those are people that are going, "Man, have you watched WWE recently? Look, they even brought in a guy from another company." And yeah, it's absolutely a chance that that there's some carryover eyes. That people from WWE go, "Oh, I got to see how this goes now." But I mean, like when we talk about the wrestling world, the wrestling industry, what makes it so fascinating right now is the symbiosis of it. Like, yes, WWE is number one, and AEW is number two. Like, that can't really be disputed at this point. But, like, everybody else is kind of existing off of a world where it's sharing and sharing alike. I'd even argue that AEW is kind of like marketing, getting a corner of that market share. They're getting guys like Vikingo, who's all over the fucking place. Like, he's there all the time. They're getting guys that come and go and do other stuff. So, like, Forbidden Door is a great example. They're basically like harvesting New Japan talent one night a year to up their buy rates. Again, I think that this is mutually beneficial for everybody. WWE gets a huge social media boom from this, playing for the fucking next. And again, they don't have to reference it on Raw or SmackDown or anything. Just it happening and being on the internet, on X, on Instagram, whatever, would be fucking popping eyes the whole fucking month, the rest of the fucking month, probably all of February.
I have a counterpoint questioning thing as well. We're gonna keep going down this rabbit hole because I wanna. So, all right, fine. We've talked about in the past also about how Triple H has shown interest in MJF.
Mm-hmm.
What's the benefit for Triple H aside from the clicks and views of saying to MJF like, oh yeah, have a one-off spot here, but MJF wants to go back to AEW. Like, oh, so you want a one-off spot in the Royal Rumble, but you're not gonna entertain an offer for us here? You don't want to come and work with us? You're gonna go back to AEW? Like,
That's what I said.
Again,
Exactly.
you and I understand it. It doesn't feel like it's mutually beneficial, but we're all thinking about it in fucking smooth brain 40-year-old brains.
kind of rude.
At some point,
Speak for yourself.
we have to
I mean, get
understand
fucked.
that we aren't with it. No matter how much we try. The fucking Grandpa Simpson quote. Now
I don't even know what it is.
Yeah, now it is scary. Like, so this you are so quick to dismiss the clicks. Okay, outside of the clicks. There is no outside of the clicks. Those clicks are making TKO bank. Those clicks in social media footprints are paying TKO's fucking bills. So, like, yeah, I'm saying that I think that the symbiosis here would be WWE getting all of those extra views on social media. Maybe, just maybe Triple H has a conversation with Maxwell Jacob Friedman at the event. Oh man, we'd love to have you. We'd treat you like a top star, Max. Well,
maybe you just get into a little fight backstage and have Tony Khan fire you, and then maybe we can bring you in.
Maybe you just go out there and talk about real blast.
But if somehow you wind up not working for them, I'm not telling you to do it, but
and again,
just go talk to Phil. He'll fill you in.
Let's remember that, Phil and Max seem to be buddy-buddy. Cody and Max are absolutely buddy-buddy. And when you look at Phil and Cody, you see the fucking top of the WWE card. And if you have those two guys coming to bat for you saying, let's fucking do this, if you can, if you got a spot, there are fucking 30 spots to fill. Excuse me, there are fucking 24 spots to fill. I think you can make room for Maxwell fucking Jacob Friedman.
I have an issue with this.
Go ahead.
I got one more question counterpoint, and then you can chime in with your word salad. I thought we at one time had discussed the fact that MJF had already signed his AEW contract. Are we now not under that understanding?
That's what SRS said. But SRS has been known to be factually incorrect sometimes.
Now, like,
same with Meltzer. Same with Meltzer.
1 in 10, 1 in 5, 1 in 100.
Oh, I don't know I don't know the
So
numbers.
You're saying there's a chance.
I think at best wrestling journalists have 50-50 odds. Maybe the information they're getting fed is a line. Maybe it's real. I contend this. I don't think the focus would have been on MJF leaving 2024, exiting 2023, had he not signed that deal. I think if MJF doesn't sign that deal in the fall, then I think they take it off of him in like, you know, fucking full gear or some shit. Or like on a random Dynamite. I gotta believe that this is a good faith, or that it was a good faith thing. Even if he had signed the agreement, the problem would be Tony Khan. You know, it would be whether or not Tony Khan would want him to go and do that or not. And again, like, yes, I understand that Tony Khan basically worked up a fucking fan base into rooting for Jinder fucking Mahal. But like, again, like, this is the biggest company in the world for professional wrestling heading into the fucking Super Bowl season. Like, I would argue that the Royal Rumble is the start of the playoffs. If WrestleMania is the Super Bowl, what Royal Rumble is the playoffs. So
Fair.
like, this is when you have the
Yep.
most eyes on the product. So I think Tony would be a madman not to let Max do that, even if he had signed. Go ahead, Tom.
All this speculation, all this debate, but probably 30 minutes ago, Beef said he was going to set Ransom's expectations to not expect big surprises and to not expect
No.
all
No,
this.
no.
No, it's on the recording.
You are remembering incorrectly, sir. I said, Ransom, I love you, but you're gonna hate this because we do this every year, where we set where we set these lofty expectations in our mind for what could happen. And again, I am not telling you that MJF's gonna show up. I'm not saying I believe he's gonna show up. I'm telling you that Vegas is putting 10-1 odds on him winning. 10-1 odds on him winning, not showing up, winning. 10-1 odds. Those are pretty good odds.
Okay, so
Oh
you're
my
not
gosh.
so you're not telling us that he's going to show up. You're not saying you don't think that he's going to show up or that he's going to show up. But you're basically like inciting this whole discussion as if like, well, here's the reasons why it would be good. Like, why not have him show up? Like,
He's planting the seed so that we put our bets on him as a surprise entrance.
Exactly.
I don't
Fuck
know
that.
that he
You
cares
do.
that much.
I don't. I really don't.
Lies.
I am reporting this.
I think
do.
there's like maybe one or two of us on the show that care that much about the title to try to
Yeah, you know what?
waylay
Beef
somebody
cares.
into something.
You know what?
Beef cares.
Spoiler alert,
Beef
it's not
cares.
me.
Guess what?
Beef cares.
Guess what? I'm not
What?
picking next week.
Bullshit.
What?
I will help all of you pick. I will give you tips and tricks. I'm not picking. I am
All
bullshit.
right, all
freaking
right.
point.
I'm not eating my
I'm
broccoli.
I'm
Calm
proving-
down.
I don't.
no, I'm
What does
not.
that mean?
I'm not being obstinate. I'm proving a point that I could give a fuck about this cruiserweight title.
Bullshit.
Oh no,
the
it's
way
all
you
fun.
talked,
It's all
the
fun.
way you talked to Pat. Come on now. Dude.
Okay,
Come on.
okay. We'll see what happens next week. To put this in perspective, currently LA Knight and AJ Styles are 9-1 odds to win the Universal Championship. So are they long
Oh.
odds? Absolutely. They are absolutely long odds. However, I'm not saying, I don't know. What I'm saying is that Vegas is giving him better odds again to win the Rumble than Sami
To
Zayn,
win.
Kevin
Oh,
Owens,
God.
Solo, Austin Theory, Brock Lesnar, Damian Priest, Seth Rollins, Bobby Lashley, Grayson Waller,
The gobbledygooker.
Sheamus, Nakamura, AJ Styles. All of these people have worse odds to win.
Wow. Now look, smart me up here because I don't know anything about Vegas or betting. Do those odds change the closer you get to the event?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Okay.
for
Yep.
sure.
So that's something to keep an eye on then to see, like as the event draws closer, is it getting further and further likely as far as the odds betting goes, or just like do the odds get better? Like oh god.
Wait, you said that I'm sorry, not LA Knight. You said that MJF has what, 10-1?
10-1 odds. Yep.
And
to
Damian
win.
to
the Royal
win.
Rumble.
And what about
To win. Oh,
other
God.
people had what, 9-1?
Okay, so here's your current list. CM Punk has 3-2. Gunther has 3-1. Cody has 4-1. LA Knight's 5-1. Orton 6-1. Rock 7-1. McIntyre 10-1. Uso 10-1. Jey Uso. MJF 10-1.
What does that mean? What
Wow.
does 10-1
Yeah,
mean?
yeah. Yeah.
If you placed a bet of, let's say, $100, and MJF actually fucking pulled it off and was there and did the thing, then that means you'd win $1,000.
Okay, so the higher it goes up. So if you
Okay.
have 1,000 to 1 odds,
If you win, whatever you put down, you get whatever you put down times whatever the odds are. So
Okay,
if
so
it
as
was
the-
like a
The
30
higher
to
that
1,
second number goes, the more likely it's not going to happen.
yes. So if it was like 1,000 to 1, if you put $100 down, multiply 100 by 1,000. That's how much you would win if it happened.
Again, we know that Bobby Lashley's part of the Royal Rumble. He has 51 odds.
So there you
Again,
go. Put $100 down on him, you would get what? $5,000.
Right. Again, I am not supporting muckraking here, although I think muckraking is a fun pastime. I
about
am simply
mukbanging?
I am simply
Carpet
gross.
bagging.
I am simply okay.
carpet munching.
Reporting the true. Okay, this is gonna off the rails. I'm reporting facts.
Number munching?
Do
That's
I
just
think it's a
you,
possibility?
banker.
Do I think it's a possibility? Maybe. It's fun to think about. It's fun to toss out there and have discussions about. What's that little promo that they love to run this time of year? In the Royal
Anything can
Rumble,
happen.
it's all about the numbers. Here are your numbers. MJF's a 10-1 odds to win.
Oh my
Which is
gosh.
fucking
Not
that's fucking nuts.
not appear. That's what I'm saying. Not appear, but appear and win.
Wow.
Do with that information as you will. Pick MJF as a surprise entrant. Don't pick it. I don't give a fuck. I'm telling you that's. And again, The Rock is getting better odds than him to appear and win. So, but you know, it's the Rumble time. Hope springs eternal. Is will Kazuchika Okada's number go way up since it's announced that he's done with his contract in New Japan about 7 days after? Probably. It's probably gonna fucking skyrocket. Not even 7 days. It would be 1, 2, 3, 5 days after. So again, it's just something that's been a fun debate, and I'm glad that I brought it up because we had a fun little debate.
that was a lot of fun.
So, look, I have another. I
Mhm.
know we're getting along with the tooth, but I don't know.
No, you're fine. We're
It is what
we're
it
fine.
is. It's Rumble season. You're gonna have talks. We mentioned him maybe on the last show, or maybe I mentioned him in my own head and it didn't come out of my mouth, face hole, whatever. Damian Priest still has that Money in the Bank briefcase.
Sure does.
Uh-huh.
When does that expire?
At Money
1
in the
year.
Bank.
Yeah.
Oh, so he can carry that past WrestleMania. He doesn't have to get rid of it sometime between Rumble and Mania.
Nope.
Correct.
Do you think it's likely that he does?
No. I personally think regardless, I think he cashes in sometime after Mania on whoever the World Heavyweight Champion is at the time. Whether that still be Rollins or CM Punk. He could pull a la Seth Rollins and make it a triple threat and insert himself into the match at Mania. There's that option. You could do it the night after Mania. I mean, there's options for him, but it all kind of depends too on how they run the whole Judgment Day angle, and when and if they decide to implode it while he still has the briefcase. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
But he has up until Money in the Bank this year to cash that in.
All right.
So
Poots Beef, do you think he waits past Mania?
This is
Night
not
after
a prediction.
night.
This is
night
a
after
spoiler. Poot, you're a son of a bitch.
What's happening?
Damian Priest will cash in the night after WrestleMania. He will take the world title from CM Punk.
Wow. What? Okay. So you think they're going to give Punk a day with that title?
Yep.
Absolutely.
You think Punk will accept?
Absolutely.
Really?
Why
I mean,
wouldn't
I
you?
know in
He
the
gets
past
to-
he's
he
said
gets
like,
to win-
"Oh, I'm
he-
here for the youngsters," but is it fucking
He gets
really?
to win the Royal Rumble.
Okay.
He gets to have his WrestleMania main event
Okay.
and become world champion at WrestleMania.
Okay.
Probably night one, but it's still going to be the main event. And nobody fucking cares what happens after that, man. Like, that's fucking made man material. Like, he's
So you think
already got a stellar Hall of Fame record. Winning the
Sure.
Rumble, I think, is the last stone. Even if he gets to WrestleMania and he doesn't win, I think he still gets in just by dint of the Royal Rumble win. But I think that him winning the Royal Rumble and main eventing WrestleMania, winning the title at WrestleMania, I think is the icing on his cupcake. I don't know that he'll go away because he's been such a fucking hit, a big fucking megastar right now.
right.
Like I think that would be dumb. It depends on what he wants to do. But yeah, I think that he absolutely will win and then lose the next night to Damian Priest.
And
so
you could also
the Rumble win and the Mania win will satiate him to the point where he's not like, "Oh, well, now I'm going to drop the title to Damian Priest the night after Mania. Now what? Now what?" His past WWE gripes. The Rumble win, the Mania win, his tummy's full of nice num-nums. He's happy. He can sit back while Damian Priest takes the title, and then Punk can do whatever he wants to do. He's happy boy.
Let's be honest here. The chances are Roman Reigns probably retains and goes another year as WWE champion. Meaning we'll get all of 2 title defenses from him in 2024 after Mania. So bringing him to a total of 4 defenses for the year, if you keep track. The WWE World Title, and again, this is the thought that was percolated by my buddy Greg. Big shout out to him. But like the WWE World Title has been the workman's title the last year. Roman Reigns defending the WWE title 5 times. Seth Rollins has had like 87 defenses or whatever. Like, he's fucking worked his ass off. I don't think CM Punk has it in him to have that kind of a schedule. And again, I'm a CM Punk guy. I love CM Punk. I'm excited to wear the fucking shirt to the Rumble next Saturday. So like I'm a CM Punk guy. But he's an old man. What else can you say? He's an old man. I don't think his body can take it. And I think it's going to be smart for them to get the title off of him pretty quick. And I think the night after Mania, they always try to fucking do it up. They always try to make it a big fucking deal. The last couple of years, it's been kind of meh. What better way to make it a big deal than having your second most prestigious title in the company change hands?
when you could also have Punk drop the title night after Mania and work some sort of injury angle or whatever. He could go away for a little bit, let Damian get a little bit of shine with that World Heavyweight title, and then have Punk come back and win it back again, and then have him, basically kind of be, I don't know, like a kind of like a, how do I say, like almost like a gatekeeper or whatever. It's like, who wants this bad enough to come take it from me, and and give a rub to the younger talent or whatever too.
Rub them down.
Yeah, rub them down.
Rub that young talent.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, there's, I think there's a number of ways they could work it, but I either way, I don't see Damian cashing in before WrestleMania. Personally,
I agree.
Neat.
Hey, do we have a Stump the Chumps? Do we have something else that we can all agree on?
Are we done with Rumble talk? Not that I don't enjoy stumping at the competition, but I think Rumble talk is with you guys is more fun. So if our bellies are full of num nums and we can we should certainly do that. Actually,
Ow.
I love num nums.
believe it or not, we don't have a stump the chump.
Wow.
Fuck 'em.
Fucking slackers. Fucking slackers.
We have
It's
beaten
Rumble
them into oblivion, and they will
It's
never.
Rumble
be
time, you
restored up again.
fucks. What are you doing?
Who has the most Royal Rumble footsteps in any Royal Rumble? Go.
Definitely the Great Khali.
No. He barely could step. Could barely walk.
Nunzio.
No. That would definitely be a Ryuk question, and he would say something ridiculous like fucking like Kaientai or some shit, and we'd have to be like, no, man, Kaientai was in 2 Rumbles. Kane's been in like 87. Try again.
Poor
Much
Kaientai.
love, Ryuk. Much
Hey.
love, Ryuk.
I have a question about the earlier Royal Rumbles.
I did not know that Ariana Grace was Santino's kid.
Who? Ariana?
Areola Grace.
Yeah,
No.
Miss. Yeah, Ariana Grace.
No, he said areola, you fool.
Oh, sorry, I missed that.
Keep up.
Yeah, the
Areolas.
she was one of the NXT women's breakout contestants, and she's been doing the Miss NXT gimmick. I had no idea that she was Santino's kid,
That's
but she's
awesome.
got some good comedy chops.
Break 'em, John.
Hey, when was it
Fuck 'em.
that they started doing like the winner of the Royal Rumble got a championship opportunity? Did that wasn't, was that like from the original
93.
Tough question.
93?
93.
Okay, I thought so.
93. Yoko was the first winner to get that guaranteed. 92 Flair won it, obviously.
Right.
I think Hogan was the champion. Oh, you know what? Hogan may have been the first one to win and go on to get the title shot at WrestleMania.
Stupid Hogan.
Because Hogan won it in 90 and 91. So, I mean,
Ransom. Jesus.
Yeah, because 90 was when him and Warrior had that like little face-off there. And he won the Rumble match. I think he was the champion, though, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, he absolutely would have been world champion because that was before WrestleMania 6. And that's when
he
he
was.
lost to Warrior.
Yeah,
So he won his champion there, and then in 91 he won, and then went on to face Sergeant Slaughter. So yeah, I guess in that scenario, Hogan would be the first because of course it would be fucking Hulk Hogan.
Hogan.
I don't.
That bastard.
Oh, he was. Hold on. No, hang on.
Hold on, we're stumping our own chumpings.
The main event was the 1990 Royal Rumble match, which was won by WWF World Heavyweight Champion Hulk Hogan. So he was champion when he won it. That's why I was
90,
asking. Is like,
right?
Yeah, in 90. So
I don't think in WrestleMania 91 that he. Oh, that's awesome. I don't think that was like the goal at the end of it. I think that it was just happenstance that he won it and was then noted. Yeah, okay, here from Wikipedia. It wouldn't be until 1993 that the Royal Rumble match winner automatically received the WWF World Title shot the following at WrestleMania.
Okay, cool.
So yes,
Thank you
it
for
was just happenstance.
Thank you for confirming and satiating my
Stupid
inquisitive
Rumble.
nature.
Yeah,
More
man.
num nums.
No,
More num
What,
nums. Num num.
What? So talk to me about the women's Royal Rumble. Like who we feeling? Any early odds on favorites? Any surprises you want to see?
I don't know. I mean, like, I feel bad for saying that. Like, we're so much more focused on the men's Royal Rumble than anything. But
Carmella.
Nah,
That's a possibility.
she could be a surprise entrant. I don't know that she would stay for long. I mean, how old's her kid now with Graves?
40.
Not that much.
Like not even a year. Like she's
No.
I mean, but I mean she was
But-
always she's been in fantastic shape obviously before then. So I don't know.
I get this feeling, and I'm gonna talk about the AEW contract again
Uh-oh.
because that's the elephant in the room.
Oh, Jake Cargill. Wow,
Everybody-
yeah.
No, not Jake
No?
Cargill.
Really?
Everybody keeps talking about this AEW contract that Mercedes Moné is apparently going to sign, or has signed, or will sign, and that her debut is imminent. I'm betting that pen probably doesn't go to paper until after January the 25th. 27th. Bad math. I think that she wants a Rumble spot, and I'll go a step further since I'm not picking. I'll tell you what I was thinking.
Stop.
Would not
Picking
would
and
not
you know it,
shock
stop
me.
it.
I told you I'm not good. I'm making a fucking point. It would not shock me to see Bayley win by last eliminating Mercedes Moné.
Sasha
To
Banks.
see like the two of them run roughshod over the Rumble.
You use her WWE Christian given name, damn it.
So if she returns, I don't know that she would come out of Sasha Banks. I think if she
she'd be dumb not to.
for
She'd be
the-
dumb not to.
I disagree.
Dude,
Because here's the thing, man.
Oh, gross.
If she's not signing a new WWE deal, the name Sasha Banks does her zero good.
Well-
Whereas if she comes out and people are like, "Oh, it's Mercedes Moné, formerly known as Sasha Banks," it's gonna help get her indie name out there.
well, yeah,
And unlike MJF, Triple H has a strong tie to Mercedes and is a big fan of her. So I would be willing to bet that Triple H would be willing to do her that solid.
so you're assuming that she could come back for a Rumble spot, but not re-sign with WWE, correct?
I do. Correct.
See, I'm kind of in the other camp of thinking if we see her come back at the Rumble, I think she signs a deal with WWE. I think that's kind of the I think that's kind of like the two go hand in hand. I'm not saying that it's not a possibility that she could come back and then just go back out on the indies, but like, why though? Like, I don't know.
I don't think she's going to go back to the Indies. I think she's going to AEW.
Well,
but I
and
think
again,
this is like her chance to see her best friend have the biggest match of her life.
But that'd be a bad business deal for WWE, honestly. It would. I
mean, again, like when we're talking about free agents outside of like what's her name from NWA, Camille. And I mean, obviously, the fact that I can remember her name tells you how big of a deal she is. Outside of her, like Sasha Banks is the biggest free agent out there in terms of women.
Who's Camille?
Like, she's a former NWA champion. She's jacked as hell, and she's pretty decent in the ring. So like again, I think that this is something that WWE can dine on for at least a month and a half. With social media footprint and views and things. And like I said, the fact that Triple H was, and I think is, such a big fan of her, and who knows, like the stuff about the AEW contract may absolutely be red herring talk. Because honestly, coming at it from the perspective of Mercedes, like absolutely she wants that money. But like, now that Triple H is in charge, now that Uncle Paul's holding the book, who absolutely did her right in NXT, why wouldn't she want to go back? Even if she's taking a little bit less money than AEW. So it would not shock me if all that stuff that we're hearing is just puffery, smoke from a different fire so that we don't, think that she's coming back.
Right.
By the way, if you're interested, she has the same odds as winning the Royal Rumble as Asuka, 12-1 odds.
That's my point. You just kind of made my point, though, is I think that if she comes back, like, why wouldn't she want to sign? I don't. I think we have a better chance of her coming back,
Money.
appearing in the Rumble and re-signing with WWE. I think we have a better chance of that than her coming back for a one-off and then going to AEW or wherever else. Because honestly, if WWE is gonna go to the trouble of having her come back to the Rumble, I think by that point they've already tried to work in some sort of deal where they're gonna have her come back for more than just that. And think about it too. Supposedly Trinity's coming back. You got Bailey over there. Bailey and Mercedes were both there at TNA, supporting their friend. Like, why wouldn't she want to come back? Like you said, Triple
Money.
H is in charge. Yeah, again, but you also said she could
Uncle
take.
Tony's got.
Okay.
Uncle Tony's got bigger. Well, I mean, that's what I'm saying. You're asking me a question. Why would she not do it? Money.
Yeah, hypotheticals. because you
money
said
is
that,
the
but you also.
If money is what's driving her career, Tony Khan's going to pay her more money because he has more money to pay her, and no bosses to say, "Oh no, we can't pay her that much money." Triple H, I'm sure, absolutely wanted to pay her a huge amount of money, but he's got bosses in TKO that are like, "No, we're not going to do that." Or
Get
like,
that.
Here's your cap.
I get that, but I don't. I just personally don't see. I don't see it being as likely for her to come back and do a one-off and use her, quote unquote indie name and not the WWE name, because I don't know. It's
You're acting like this stuff has never happened, and I'm not just talking about Mickey James last year. Like,
Hardcore country.
Jeff Jarrett appeared in the Royal Rumble as the NWA champion. And Mil Mascaris appeared in the fucking Royal Rumble. They had like 2 or 3 guys from Mexico appear in the in that same Royal Rumble. They've brought guys. Terry Funk. They've brought guys in from other companies before. It just wasn't as publicized then because there was no internet.
Right, but that's the point. Is now it is, and we know that AEW is the closest competition that WWE has. So,
but allegedly, they don't view it as competition.
Allegedly, but let's be real. Like, that's why I said they're the closest thing to competition. Whether you think they are or not, they are the closest thing to competition. Whether you agree that they are or whether you say no way in hell they aren't because of whatever reasons.
Let me frame this differently. So you're Triple H, right? And you had to eat the shit sandwich of NXT getting beat by AEW time and time again every fucking Wednesday night. Now, you've got a chance to boast your social media numbers versus theirs. Look at all these clicks that we got for MJF returning at the Royal Rumble versus the paltry ones that you got for him returning at Revolution. Look at these numbers we got for Sasha Banks versus what you got for the debut of Mercedes Moné. Again, I'm not saying it's going to happen. I'm saying I would not be shocked by it because I think that Paul is a great mind in wrestling, but I think he picked up one of Vince McMahon's toxic traits. Being vindictive and spiteful as hell. So I think if Triple H has the ability to have anything or hold it over AEW's head, he's gonna. Even if it's something as unassuming as social media interactions.
I see that.
And you can believe that he would be like, he would like retweet and tweet it and fucking tweet the anniversary of it. This is WWE's most watched clip ever. Ha ha ha! Suck it, Tony Khan. He wouldn't say that, but like you know,
I
might say that.
Don't get me wrong. I understand the importance of social media clicks and everything like that. I get it. I'm aware. But you got to think beyond that. You got to think actual, like, okay, what are we going to be doing 6 months down the road from now with this person potentially or not? What are we going to be doing, come next WrestleMania or next Royal Rumble with this person or not? Are they going to be here? Is it worth our time to bring this person in for a one-off or whatever? Like, I'm just saying.
That's definitely WWE strong suit. You got me there.
No, I'm just okay.
So I'm lost. I hear Tom and Beef arguing with each other, but I'm completely lost on what you two are actually arguing about. Who's arguing for what now?
Whether or not Mercedes / Sasha would come back as a one-time deal, or then go and work for AEW.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Okay. I mean, I knew you guys were arguing about Sasha, but I got lost on what the argument was about. Okay.
And my argument is basically it doesn't make sense for WWE as a company to bring somebody back for a one-off for them, to then go like sign with AEW or whatever. Like, if they're gonna bring her back, I would assume, if it were me, pen to paper, if I'm bringing her back for the Rumble, I'm saying, we're having a deal in place for her to be there. It doesn't necessarily have to be like a multi-year deal. It could literally be from, like a 1-year deal, something like whatever.
But what if you can't? That's what I'm saying. Like, what if Mercedes comes to you and be like, hey, I'm working for Tony next week. Do you want me in the Rumble? Like, no, you're assuming that that's an option. Like,
no, I personally,
oh, gross.
I don't get. I wouldn't play with that fire because, yeah, it might get clicks for the Rumble, might get clicks at that point, but then what? To take from CM Punk, then what? Now what?
Have you seen AEW again? Sometimes you don't. What did they do with Melina when she came back a couple years ago? What happened with her? Oh, right. It was just that one-time one-off, right?
Okay. Was she working for somebody else at that point?
What about Mickie James last year when she came back? What was next
There's
for her?
a reason. There was a reason for Mickie James because they fucking tried to save face because of the way that they publicly that it got out of how they fucking ousted her. That's why.
Maybe it's because it fucking blew up because everyone's like, oh my god, talk about the Forbidden Door, holy fuck. Again, sometimes it's okay to say, you know what, let's make money tonight. Like, yes, it may not be best for business in the long term, but if we can make $100 million tonight off of like fucking people just clicking and watching a 32-second clip, absolutely. I'd fucking sign that in a heartbeat. And I don't know anybody who wouldn't. So, like, I understand what you're saying. Long-term booking. What are we going to do with so-and-so? But, I mean, you also cannot discount the fact that WWE has some pretty suspect bookings in Royal Rumbles, even in recent memory. Ridiculous returns that serve no purpose other than to get people going, oh my god, doing the fucking Andy Dwyer face.
God.
I won't disagree with that at all. I mean, like they so, literally.
Like, I think that MJF and Mercedes Moné would absolutely fucking fit into that category.
My thing is a lot of most times, often than not, and especially in recent years, the quote unquote surprises that we get coming back at the Royal Rumble are literally just fucking spot fillers. A la the Bella Twins. A la whoever else. Summer Rae. Fucking whoever. That's... I don't know. I'm tempering my expectations. I'm tempering my expectations.
And that's fine. And I understand that. And if you're trying to talk yourself down from the ledge, I get it. I'm not, because by God, it's Rumble season. Hope springs eternal. Give me MJF. Give me Sasha Banks. Give me fucking Kenny Omega walk through the fucking curtain. You know, until it doesn't happen, I'm going to believe that there's a chance.
What a does what? Who has the biggest pop between the two? The returning CM Punk at Survivor Series, or MJF showing up in the Rumble?
Oh, MJF in the Rumble. Yeah, just because of the shock factor.
You think enough people at the Royal Rumble
Yes.
know
Oh, God.
of and care enough
The
about
people-
MJF
Yes.
as opposed to the
Yes.
people at Survivor Series?
Yes, because MJF is, as much as we want to kind of like put AEW as like, most WWE fans might not know a lot of things. The wrestling world, the wrestling zeitgeist knows MJF.
Okay.
It just,
People-
it would be massive.
The people that are paying money for tickets to see wrestling shows, I guarantee you know both companies. Guarantee.
Okay.
There's probably a small
Especially
fraction.
Mania. Especially Mania.
Yeah, especially this season. There might be a small fraction who are there because of their kids. They're like, hey, I want to go see Roman Reigns. Like, stupid bullshit like that. So, like, yeah, there's probably some of that. But, like, for the most part, the adults that are paying tickets to go see a live wrestling event, they know MJF. I don't know, man, because, yeah, first of all, CM Punk's return was in his hometown.
Yeah.
Second of all, CM Punk's return was something that I think that nobody thought had a shot of fucking hell at happening. At all. Ever. Ever. So... But... there's probably going to be more people in Tropicana Field for the Royal Rumble. So, like, I think that you might get a louder pop just because of the mass of humanity. It would be huge. I can absolutely fucking say that. It would be a huge motherfucking pop.
I'm stuck on this whole MJF and the contract with AEW. Do you not think that he signed back when SRS reported that he did? Like, is he still sitting on it?
My gut feeling is that he signed a contract.
Now, even way
That's
back
why he
then,
was. That's why he was featured so prominently in November and December.
so back in November, that's when he allegedly signed the contract, right?
I have no idea.
But it would have been
The
around there,
actual
right?
date.
November, December, probably not early. Maybe October.
Maybe in the summer. Because again, I don't think you put your eggs. I don't think you put your eggs in that basket, because again, allegedly MJF's going to be their big fucking, like, the face of the company, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like, you don't have him win the biggest match in your company without some sort of assurance that in 6 months he's not going to tell you to fuck off.
So, what? Okay, let's go under the assumption he did sign it back then in the summer. Let's just say sometime in the summer. Would he have had the idea or wherewithal to say when he signed that contract, all right, look, I'm with you, Tony, but if I get a chance to be in the Rumble this coming year, you got to let me take it? Like, would he have had that thought, that wherewithal to have said that to Tony? Like, look, if they offer it, I got to go. I'm with you, but that's got to be in my contract that I get to go. Or do you think that Tony Khan is gracious enough to not even have that in a contract, but just grant MJF permission? Like, you know what? If they offered you a spot in the Rumble, like, it's December, you did everything for us, we got the belt on Adam Cole now. If they want to give you a shot in the Rumble, you can have that night. Like,
So
I don't know how that works itself out.
Here is a direct quote from MJF on SI Media Podcast, which I assume is Sports Illustrated Media Contest. No,
Riches.
it's SSI. I don't know what that stands for. Anyway, I've been saying, and this is from December 19th. And again, we know that MJF, works kayfabe real hard.
Sure.
I've been saying the same thing about my contract expiration date. I never lied. January 1st, 2024. When stuff like that gets leaked out, it makes me laugh because I remember something leaked out about Cody Rhodes having secretly resigned, and then he showed up in WWE. Something got leaked out about, CM Punk and Tony Khan, or I think fans leak out things they want to be true. I love AEW. I want to stay in AEW. After this pay-per-view, World's End, it's time to assess the situation for professional wrestling. So, not yet. I haven't resigned.
And that was from when?
December the 19th.
Okay.
Fucking
So,
interesting.
but again, we know that he also worked kayfabe. So,
Yeah, like he's going to play the dirt sheets real good.
Oh my god, yeah.
Just for his own funnies.
Yeah, oh my god, yeah.
I'd be stunned though if he hadn't re-signed by now. And if he has, like I don't know. I'm trying to resolve in my brain like how him being signed with AEW and him appearing in the Royal Rumble, like how that all facilitates itself. Did he have it written in? Like, is Tony going to give him his blessing to go if it's not written in his contract? I don't know. I'm wondering. I have a lot of wonderings.
Here's a fucking hilarious post on this stupid site that they were discussing it. Yeah, he must have. This is from November. Yeah, he must have resigned. There's no way Tony Khan will book someone as an unbeatable monster for a year plus, running through his roster only to have them lose at the end of their contracts, right? How's Jade Cargill, by the way?
I mean, that's a salient.
So,
I mean, and we didn't even
salient point.
We didn't even
And
really
again-
bring up. We didn't even bring up the odds of her being in the Rumble and or winning.
And again, I'll say it again, like, make money now or book for a year from now. Tony Khan could have absolutely been in the make money now camp at the end of last year. Be like, hey, I know MJF's leaving. Let's fucking milk this cow dry.
Giggity.
Jade Cargill, by the way, has a 3-1 odds. She has second best odds to win after Becky Lynch. Becky Lynch is 2-1, Jade Cargill 3-1, Bailey 13-4.
Wow.
I still believe Bailey is the one to go with.
Do you not think that Tony Khan would have publicly acknowledged yet if MJF hadn't re-signed? Like, if they didn't get MJF back, don't you think there would have been some sort of public statement from Tony Khan saying, MJF has chosen not to re-sign with AEW, thank you for all the blah, blah, blah. Like, would there not have been some sort of, like, public acknowledgement about it?
I don't think so, man.
But also...
I mean, they've done that in the past, though, haven't they?
Tony Khan is a big fucking kid with wrestling. I think he wants to view himself as, like, the nega Vince McMahon. I think that Vince McMahon and WWE blow people's spots like that all the time. I don't think Tony Khan would want to do that just because I think he knows that, the business being hot is good for everybody.
Huh. Oh, sorry. Got it.
Man.
Interesting.
Gonna be an exciting fucking night next Saturday, though.
It's gonna be Fumble Rumble.
What?
It's gonna be a good time. We're gonna have fun. Everyone's gonna have fun, whether they want to or not.
When Charlotte Flair returns and wins from a worked injury.
Yes. Gonna win the Rumble. Gonna win the title. I'm gonna poop my pants. Go.
Well, I'm not coming now.
Me either.
Yeah,
Don't come over.
All right.
I'm coming.
I won't be here if you come over.
I'm coming.
Tell me I
I'll watch
won't
Royal
be
Rumble
here.
with your kids. I'll watch
They're not
Royal
gonna be
Rumble
here
with your
either.
kids. I don't care.
No. They're
I'll
stapled
watch
to
it
the
with your
roof.
sofa.
What?
Stuff is on
You
fire.
heard him. Stapled to the roof.
I have to go to the bathroom.
Yeah, thanks for watching the things. Links are down in the description. Beef, Ransom, Tiger Mom Tom, and Poot the Bard. That's me. Just remember, a botanical garden is a vegan zoo. Bye, everybody.